Look and try to differentiate this thing in the left from this base in the right. Do you see which is better? Obviously the better one is the base from the right, because it produces and transports more items. It has a clean and organized layout. Buildings are at its peak efficiency, and no space is wasted in the process of construction. This layout is probably what 70% of players do once they start playing. And even some seasoned players do their bases this way. It's honestly pretty disappointing since most of the noobs have a huge ego. And if they don't like what you're doing, they're going to vote kick you out. However, most noobs are children. But you are a grown-up man, a smart and intelligent being. But for us to know if you really make any difference, let's take a look at Mindustry, and why people suck.
Oh my God!
Mindustry's game essence lies on two things, and these are the general and main foundation in playing. 1. Economic management. You have to apply and build different factories for you to create resources in a stable economy. These resources can vary on demand, and maintaining a stable resource flow is a must to survive and win. There will be times where you lose lead storage, or silicon, and then it's game over before you know it. You have to watch your economy for depleting resources, and provide enough supplies for factories in order for your base to advance. 2. Strategy. Mindustry is also about strategizing when and where, whether it be placing buildings or fortifying, or even just simple decisions like making more factories for units or investing in turrets for defense. In short, every decision matters in the long run, and using clever tricks and strategies can significantly help in progressing. Basically, you have to mimic a strong industrial nation that promotes mass production and synthesis of products, where citizens benefit from production of their own goods and supplies, while also advancing in military and armaments to beat off other nations. While yes, every decision matters in this game, there's no one forcing you to do whatever you want. You can build a router shrine for your cult. You can also torture enemies for your personal satisfaction. You can even try to be America itself. But the real difference between you, that's an intelligent being from a random noob, is optimization. Optimization is doing something that yields a better result. In this game, you'll have to build, expand and improve in order to progress. Whether may it be by upgrading mechanical drills to laser ones, or by using silicon crucibles later in the game, or using highly advanced schematics to improve your gameplay. You can easily tell if a player is a pro if he or she thinks logically when building or improving something. Remember, think first before you plop down anything. One great example of this is this abomination. Why use water extractors to feed cryo mixes if there's literally a lake beside it? And why do people build massive core-linked surge schematics early in the game? It will just eat all the silicon and titanium. Those are the very obvious ones, they belong to the Ooga Booga section. Some are quite subtle, because they might require more reasoning and math to spot, like using 8 kilns that produce metaglass in a schematic. This is not really good because then the factories would lose efficiency, because 1 kiln produces 2 meta per second, and that exceeds the maximum throughput of titanium conveyors. Having 8 kilns doesn't make much of a difference than using 5, since the latter already supports the entire economy from early to late game. Investing to monos in the earliest stages of the game is also a great strategy, because that ensures that copper and lead is automatically mined when demand starts to step up. Most played games start to struggle in copper and lead, after they start making metaglass or titanium, so having miners early on is a good choice. So, what should you optimize? Obviously you have to first, learn the nooks and crannies of the game, and try to experiment on what works best. Gain as much knowledge as you can. It is also important to acknowledge playstyles of other strong and knowledgeable players, so you can also apply it to your game. Learn from the mistakes and strengths of other players, and just don't be ooga booga. It is also recommended to learn using schematics, but that's for another video.